You are listening to the Hello Sport Podcast.
Let's just go. Fuck it. Because everybody in the club is getting tipsy and I'm not waiting anymore.
Everybody.
Club, tipsy.
Just sort of lamenting the death of everybody.
Well, everybody.
As a term.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody used to be on the tip of all tongues.
Well, it was about people in the club who get tipsy. And now it just doesn't even feel like it's about anything because no one says it.
Who sung that?
Chingy.
Chingy.
Come on, bro. Everybody in the club getting tips.
Did Chingy, was there the use of dollar symbols in Chingy's name?
Where would they have fit? Because I hear ya.
Dude, like if I think about Chingy's name, I see dollar signs.
Yeah, so do I. And maybe that's because there were, in terms of Chingy bringing the dollars back in the early 2000s.
I wonder if anyone's looking that up.
I wonder. It'd be so interesting to know whether, like, anyone's even fucking Googled Chingy yet. Considering we've been basically singing the song all morning.
Yeah.
Good to be back. Good to be back. Well, he goes by, it looks like, I don't know who this guy is, obviously, but Jaquan, is that who we're talking about?
No, we're talking about Chingy.
Chingy the artist. Chingy.
Or are you saying that Jaquan sung Tipsy?
Well, I've looked up Tipsy and it's saying it's by Jaquan, so now I'm trying to see what this Jaquan or...
Now that's fine, because that
So
could
you
just
got
be
that
us.
wrong.
I got that wrong.
But I'm more concerned about the spelling of Chingy.
Yeah, listen.
I don't give a flying fuck who sung that song, to be honest.
Hands up, though. An early bit of accountability.
You don't usually get them wrong.
I don't, but I don't know what Chingy did then. You know what I mean? Like, if Chingy didn't sing Tipsy, then I don't know any of Chingy's discography, and I'm fucking rattled by it.
What did Chingy sing?
Did he sing Holiday Inn?
Yes.
Me and my peeps and you go forward, your friend. Is that Chingy? Or is Chingy
Oh,
T.I.?
Thang.
What's that one?
What is that?
Give it to me. Give me a bit of it.
Thang. I don't know.
Come on, you got to give me it.
But that's all I got. Thang. No?
It looks like he's saying Holiday Inn.
Yes, okay.
What about a thang song? I made that up.
Thang. What other songs did Chingy sing?
What about the spelling?
Nothing on the spelling.
So as in
Other songs he sang, looks like Move Bitch, One Call Away.
Oh, only one call away.
It's funny because everybody in the club is like coming up, so that must be like a thing that gets confused.
No, tell me, is it like featuring Chingy? Dude, I can't fucking... Can you go to YouTube and just type in Tipsy?
Yeah, that's just Jaquan when that comes up.
You know what I think's happened, Tom? I think I know where I've seen the dollar signs. Chinless.
Chinless of Jack Archdale.
Yes.
Fame.
And Chinless.
Chinless, yeah. Potentially, yes, I still feel like there's something there, though. I tell you what else, just while we're touching on early 2000s rappers, I was of the belief that Chingy and T.I. are the same person. Now, you'd be like, who the fuck's T.I.? And that's fair as well.
They look pretty similar.
But I swear, like, Chingy went to prison and he came out T.I.
Didn't T.I. do a song with Justin Timberlake?
Probably.
Could be wrong there as well.
I don't listen.
Dead and Gone.
Huh?
Dead and Gone.
Dead and Gone,
No,
yeah.
not by no means a fucking slapper, but, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Where are we at? Where are we right now on the white boy front? Like, we had Justin Timberlake. He represented well. Okay. We had, like, he's Bieber there. He's
not a rapper.
Well, but neither was Timberlake. I'm just talking about, like, cool white artists.
Oh, cool white.
Because there's not many.
Well, Harry Styles.
Is that where we're at now?
Well, he's pretty cool.
He's cool.
White.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm just saying we've always had a dearth of them. Let's be honest.
Listen, you always have one white boy out there doing it at a time. I think it's only one white boy at a time.
It's only literally one at a time.
Yeah, and because like you might have more there, but there's only really one. Michael Jackson, you may not like it, but he was one. For a period of time, he was a white boy up there doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
He was also a black fella doing the damn thing.
Yeah.
But, you know
he
what?
He looked white.
He looked white, so we claimed him. And then everything started coming out, and then we
Well, he sung
disavowed
famously, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, Tom,
Well,
which he sung before the change.
Yeah, but I think
People think he sung that afterwards.
he saw the change coming, and
Right.
he's like, shit.
Well, he's preempted the change.
I better just make this
I
known.
better get a banger out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but I'm turning white, so it's probably good just to get there. Now, listen.
And then late in the piece, things came out, and then no one wanted him.
No. Music still slaps, though, and we can't.
Well, listen, I mean, you just got to make your peace with the fact that Michael's getting played more now than he probably ever has been. I heard him getting played in the cafe the other day, and I'm like, God, this guy slaps.
Dude.
It's just ridiculous.
Fucking
People
Evie
turn a
Rose
blind
is
eye. They go,
singing the shit out of
listen,
MJ
he was
at the
probably a fucking...
Well,
probably a fiddler, but we're going to move
you watch
past
that
it.
documentary? It seems like he was pretty fucking crook. But have you listened to Thriller?
Yeah. We're going to move past it.
We're going to move past it.
As a
And maybe we should move past it, Eddie.
Bogged down in that?
Bogged down in that, you know what I mean? Just a couple of things. Obviously, you chose, after being invited to the jungle for I'm a Celeb, you opted
not to.
To just change of heart.
Mate, I'm having a kid in 6 weeks. Could be earlier.
Yeah.
Could be later. Let's just go with the due date. 6 weeks. Just felt inappropriate.
Yeah.
You know, to just fuck off to the jungle, miss the birth of my first child.
But you sort of strung them along at Channel 10, didn't you? You sort of said, yes, you got the photo shoot done, you did that, you posted about it, and then you just went, wait a minute.
Well, I pulled out last minute.
Yeah.
You know, I got my signing fan up, bounced. Yeah.
So do they pay half of that up front and then the rest later?
Well, that's what I negotiated, Tom. Obviously, I'm a wily bastard, so I wanted 50% up front, 50% on delivery.
Yes.
Obviously, in the T's and C's, I didn't have to deliver on jack shit to get the signing bonus.
No.
Which I've scooped up and
listen, mate, they leveraged your fame early doors to promote the show.
Yeah, they did. Well, they commented on the post.
They did. They didn't accept the collaboration.
Well, I think that was an oversight internally because they did comment on the post saying, see you Sunday.
And a picture of a zebra.
Yes.
I think.
See you in the jungle Sunday. Knocked them back. Shout out to the support I got, Tom.
Yeah.
A lot of people were pumped to see me on there. A lot of people were like, who the fuck's this guy? And a lot of people were like,
Fuck
this
those
guy's
people,
not a celebrity.
They're lying. They're lying though, right? Those
like,
people are bitter and they wanted to go to the jungle.
They're like, who's this guy's not a celebrity? A, yes, you're correct. I'm not a celebrity. But B, no one else is on that show except for like one or two.
Except for our good friend Matty J.
Matty J, he gets celebrity status, and Sam Thaiday. Otherwise, and Hughesy.
Hughesy.
Otherwise, I think...
Has Hughesy been on that show like 10 times? I feel like Hughesy is on that show every year. And I don't watch the show.
I reckon Hughesy and... who's the other one? Peter Hillier?
Yes. Peter Hiku.
Not Peter Hickey.
Okay, sorry, man, the legend.
I reckon they are contracted to do like 15 reality TV shows a year.
Yep.
They just dance around.
That's all they do. It's like, you know, what can you eat? Some fucking reality show about eating shit.
It's dancing. It's eating.
Singing.
It's singing.
It's like
It's
amazing
building,
racing.
It's building. It's racing.
Yeah.
It's ice skating.
Yeah.
It's
cakes and shit. You know what I mean? It's like the bake off.
It's cooking. It's cooking. It's traveling. It's
a bit more dancing.
A bit more dancing. And maybe loving.
Oh, yeah, loving. Fingering.
They might be cleaning the roof. That'd be nice.
Jesus, wow. Without prompting, they're cleaning the gutters. Wowza.
Bit of fingering, you reckon?
Potentially.
Well, so this season...
Listen, I'm just going to say, and I'm not being rude here, no idea who Max Balegdi is. He looks English, though. He looks like he should open the batting for England.
Never heard of him. Sam Thaiday obviously goes without saying.
Geraldine Hickey, never heard of you. Reggie Bird. Now, I have heard of Reggie Bird.
Who's Reggie Bird?
Reggie famously won Big Brother back in the day.
Fair income.
And now he's famously blind, I believe, so I don't know how she's going to go out there.
Well, she got a seeing eye dog?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's a zebra in the bush, in the jungle.
Matty J, we know him.
The great and powerful Matty J.
Hughesy. This is. I'd like a list.
How many reality shows?
I'd like a list of what Hughesy's been on.
Cody's texting over.
Yeah, I know. Cody, off your phone.
You don't text in the show.
This is connected. I'm Dioring on my phone.
Okay. Good.
Fair. Good answer.
Good. You passed. You passed.
And in saying that, Reggie Bird is blind.
How's she going to go in the? I mean, at least you don't know what you're eating.
They won't have to blindfold her when they're eating tarantulas.
Holy fuck, good day went all up my nose, dude.
Shout out to Reggie.
Shout out to her. Listen, we're not making fun of it.
No, well, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh, fuck me.
Nikki Buckley, any relation to Dill?
Dill Buckley? I don't think so.
Not his sister.
Or Saquon Barkley, the running
Is
back
that
in the
Barkley
AFL?
or Buckley?
Buckley. Saquon Buckley, or is he Barkley?
I have no idea who that is.
Fucking hell, that was funny. That good day is burning my nose now. Not good day not to be snorted, just so you know.
Well, that's the turmeric getting to work.
Yeah.
Shayna Jack. Oh.
No rack in the jungle.
You might have smuggled a couple in Kinder Surprises. I heard that's how people got stuff into festivals. So.
Samantha Moitzi.
No idea.
Zach, how you pronouncing that?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Toy?
No, that's a tough one. And then Tina Provis, she was on Love Island.
Oh, really?
Yep.
There you go.
I think she won.
How do you win Love Island?
You vote.
But do you fuck people on Love Island? Is that what it is?
You hook up, they fuck. Yeah, they can fuck. Yep.
But is that like what? Do you finish with the person you're fucking, or is it like one winner?
So you get coupled up, and then like they end up fucking falling in love and fucking and shit, and then the public vote on who they like the most at the end, which couple they like the most.
Okay, right. So couples win though.
Yep.
Cool.
She did win.
50 grand. I think they share 25 each.
Yeah, nice.
Tax free, unlikely, but maybe.
Well, it's a game. It's not at work, and not everyone's guaranteed to win it.
It would be tax free, I'd say. I mean, I'd say they're taxed. But they get the money in Spain, like they'll usually overseas. Maybe that's a loophole.
Not really, because even if I get paid, like if you work overseas, you still have to pay tax in your own country. That's why cunts go and live in like Portugal, not Portugal.
I think you pay tax in that country. Pay tax in that country. That's why fucking all the tennis stars live in Monaco.
But that's because they're tax havens. There's no tax there.
Exactly.
But then,
but
that's because they're residents. You got to be a resident there.
Yeah.
But I thought if
True.
you're if you're not a resident, like if I go to America, I make money.
You know what? We don't know the answer.
No, of course.
So
we
let's
don't.
push on.
Let's push on.
I actually just looked into it. According to the ATO, it says when it comes to winning prize money on reality TV or game shows, you'd only declare it if you were regularly appearing on these kinds of shows.
Yeah. One-offs, you're good to go.
Interesting. Okay.
We should just pretend this whole thing is a game show.
This is a game show.
And it's a different game show every time. So we're not regularly appearing on the same game show.
No. It's a one-off.
It's a one-off. And then we do another one where it's different.
Yeah, we're not doing that, by the way. ATO.
No, ATO. Don't look into it.
I just don't want to get audited.
No,
I don't
you're
want to go
right.
through the fucking
Don't.
ball
It's
ache.
the
We're squeaky
rigmarole.
clean.
Squeaky clean.
We're squeaky clean, but it's just the ball ache. I don't want. Where were we? Okay,
listen.
so I turned it down, much to the dismay of the punter and the dribbler.
Yeah.
But obviously my family comes first.
Yeah, good. That's good of you, mate.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah, it's good of you.
Yeah.
Big of you.
The right call?
Yeah, I think it's the right call ultimately. Who knows?
But honestly, I really appreciate the messages.
Yeah.
I feel like most people thought I was going.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
Dad got asked once to go on, and he replied with the email, "I can't say no quick enough."
Did your old man get asked to go on?
Yeah.
That's a flex.
Huge flex. Huge flex from Dad. Yeah.
That's a huge
Imagine
flex.
you and Dad in the jungle together.
We'd have a fucking ball,
Yeah,
man,
you
Bill.
would. You'd pair up.
We'd pair up. We'd pair up. And
Someone was saying, do you know how Warney, when he was on there, he used to have like, he was the only one allowed to go and sneak off for darts.
I know.
Someone was saying that you'd be the only thing your clause would be have to sneak off to go and have a Tommy's Marg.
And just sleep in an aircon room. Yeah. Imagine that if they just built a little fucking like Ned Brockman type setup next to the camp.
That'd be nice.
So see you guys.
Yeah, see you guys. No.
Fuck, I slept like shit last night. That's
Yeah, it was
not
too
great.
cold.
Too cold.
Yeah,
Freezing in there.
Wigging out. The show is brought to you by our good friends at Four Pines Japanese Lager. Also, naming rights sponsor of the Manly Seagulls, greatest club in all the land.
All the land, baby.
All the land. And I tell you what, I've had some ice cold Japanese lagers in the fridge and in me gut all summer long.
Well, as is your right as a proud Australian, Tom, the Japanese lager is the beer of choice this summer, this spring, this autumn, this winter, and especially this footy season, up the mighty Manly Warringah Sea Eagles.
That's right. Head to any bottle-o of choice and get yourself a six-pack, get yourself a case, and we apologise to everyone if you hear Cody moving in the background. He will not stop. Punters and Dribbles, we're brought to you by the best gambling platform, the best gambling service in the world. It's our good friends at Ned's. And Eddie, if you're in our About Even chat group, if you are on the Ned's punting group, on the in the Ned's app, if you are following along on my profile particularly, you would have got a couple of winners I shared with the people that got up on the weekend.
Well, you're a tips not slips guy, Tom. You always have been, and that's the great strength of you as a punter. I believe you got a Guru horse.
I'm just getting it up to make sure I get the name right.
Did you get a Guru horse?
I got a
big
Guru
boy?
horse, dude. Got to Guru.
Got to Guru.
$2.10, Murray Bridge, race 4, got to Guru.
You got a Guru.
Who the fuck sees got to Guru and doesn't get on that?
You got a Guru.
Silly. And then
got a Guru.
I followed it up with another winner straight after that, Chris Waller and J-Mac. Can't remember the name. But the only way you find those, the only way you're in with a chance is if you're following along in the About Even group on the Ned's app or the profiles.
That's it. If you were following Tom, you would have got your Guru and you'd be a much happier little punter.
Yep.
Shout out to Ned's and the ability to follow bets.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website. Just quickly, because there's a couple of things. There's obviously some sport on. I want to get to Novak Djokovic. I want to get to Tony Jones.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There's a bit of rugby league
I had to
going
look up
on.
who Tony was.
Well, and that's quite rightly.
Because I thought there was another Tony Jones.
Tony Jones used to host Q&A or Quanda on the hashtag Quanda.
Yes, that's right.
This Tony Jones...
I was like, surely not that Tony Jones.
No, that Tony Jones is a respectable gentleman, no matter which way you lean politically. This Tony Jones, with respect, of course, is the biggest Magoo on Australian television and has been for quite some time. Mm-hmm. We will get to him because he has made international news and he's a dork.
And got
roasted publicly. He's had his bumhole opened up.
Yeah, by one of the greats.
By one of the greatest.
One of the greats of tennis, but the greatest player of all time, yes.
Yes. Just quickly want to get to a couple of things pre-sport, you know what I mean? Just some office relevant information.
Yep.
So as you know, we here at Hello Sport are part of a network, you could call it of sorts, Shane Keith Productions. Patent pending. One of the shows that we have under our umbrella, You Wouldn't, which is a comedy show, a lifestyle show, hosted by two young up-and-comers, Will Gibb, big comedian, TikTok guy, and Patrick Clifton of Funny Guy who drives a Lexus.
Yeah.
That he loves.
And got new rims put on.
Got new rims put on.
Yeah. Black rims.
Black rims, potentially more expensive than
Makes
cars.
him look very
Uts. Well, he said, when we were talking about window tint, he goes, tint, fuck that, I don't want people to be able to see me.
So you got the caliber of the man.
Yeah. Great guys.
Great guys.
Friends.
Well, I thought so.
What? Yeah, right. And, we've obviously done a lot to build this studio, to work hard to get to a point where we can have other people join our stable. So you can imagine the disappointment, Eddie. Disappointment that's shared by you and I. And we saw a video last night on their Instagram, You Wouldn't. You can go and find it, of them. And I don't know any context or any backstory, throwing up all through our studio. One on the floor. Will just vomits on the floor when he's right next to the bin. Pat vomits into our sink all over fucking things that Cody hasn't washed up.
Well, no one ever washes up, so I'm assuming...
All over.
Except me.
That stuff should be put in the bin, by the way. I won't be touching anything that's been
Well, you're not
vomited
going to know what it is. You're going to have to clear out the whole fucking cupboard.
Well, fuck. Okay. Either way, threw up all over our studio. Will, standing right next to the bin, as I mentioned, chose to throw up on the floor, then a little bit more in the bin. They then left it
They left the bin.
They cleaned the floor sort of with dish soap, and then they left the vomit in the bin, and then just posted like, oh.
It's fucking outrageous in the extreme. Let me start there, punters and dribblers. I understand that they were of a content-first mindset. However, as Felix, head of partnerships here at Shane Keith Productions, pointed out, it's still funny if he vomits in the bin.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah.
I know he was going for dramatic effect. He oft goes over the top, Will. Yeah. That's part of his shtick.
Yeah, shtick guy.
Shtick guy. Big shtick guy.
Yeah.
But I think he's gone way too far on this one. I was fucking rattled when I saw that video. I thought, no, surely not. Bang, all over the floor.
Yeah.
And we know already, Tom, we have had some insight into their ability to clean up. May I remind you, Thomas, and perhaps remind or inform the punter and the dribbler, depending on whether you've heard this story or not, they brought a complete fucking random in here one day.
Some like 16-year-old acting
I'm talking like no one really knew this guy.
No.
And they were like, oh, can he get his hair cut in the studio? Again, I'm like, that's surely content.
Surely content related.
Wasn't. This guy just wants to get his fucking hair cut out the front in the foyer for
because he's been in some like random Australian TV show, so now he thinks he's someone who like, let's get a hairdresser to come to me. Yeah. You see like Floyd Mayweather getting his hair cut in his living room. You're like, well, he's fucking Floyd Mayweather, not some 16-year-old who's on fucking puberty blues for like 3 episodes. And he gets a hairdresser to come into the studio.
50-0 Floyd Mayweather can do whatever the fuck he wants. This guy of, 1 episode of Puberty Blues fame, maybe an extra, getting his hair cut in the foyer, nothing against him, but sort of is. It's more about who greenlit the whole thing.
Well, Will Gibb.
It was Will Gibb.
Pat was actually, in Pat's defense, Pat was like, what the fuck's going on?
It gets weirder. Then, old mates, because he doesn't get a real barber in, he gets some fucking rando to come and cut his hair, clips his ear.
The guy cuts,
He's bleeding it all over the floor.
No, he cut his own hand. The hairdresser cut his own hand.
Right. There you go. I'd misremember.
And then bled all over the fucking foyer.
And they didn't clean it up.
No.
They did the most half-assed job. So my concern, Tom, is, off the back of that incident, is they haven't cleaned up shit.
I'd love to get a blue light on that thing. Would that show anything up?
I thought blue lights were for semen.
Well, I know it was for cum.
Are you suggesting that?
No, that's not what I'm suggesting there.
Something in the back of the throat, mate. Surely not.
I'm suggesting that blue lights for more than just cum. Like it's feces, it's bloody vomit, it's just fluids. It's dirty shit.
Oh, it's just fluids. I always thought that there must be like some...
Lord, watch this, dude. I hate watching it. Well, it almost looks like he's faking it, but he's not. He's just standing there. No,
I thought he was faking it.
And then Pat's in there. Oh, yeah, cool, bro. Oh, yeah, sweet.
Is Pat really having a proper vomit there? Was that a bit of show?
Oh, look at this fucking idiot cleaning up.
Also, the fact he used about a half a roll of paper towels unnecessarily.
He's wiping it all over the floor.
Yeah, he's a fucking... What were they eating? Do we know?
I think Kyle, it says in the caption here, Kyle brought Japanese foods back from his holiday.
Can we get Kyle on the phone, or is that too much?
Is it worth mentioning Kyle's bet that he's got going on at the moment?
But it's not a Kyle fuck up. Like it is a Kyle fuck up.
No, but it's worth mentioning what the bet is.
Yeah, okay. What is it? I've forgotten.
The bet is this. Kyle, basically...
Their producer.
He's of the opinion that he is... beyond reproach, that he does not have a single fuck up in him in his future as a producer on the network. We were talking just about how every producer we've ever had anything to do with has had one big fuck up in him. It was off the back of Cody's fuck up last year. And he was basically saying that there's no way I'll ever fuck up.
Yeah.
To which I said, well, what's the bet? And he said that he would skydive, which is his biggest fear, if he ever fucks up. There's no other side of the bet. I go, what about me? He goes, nah, that's it. That's the bet. So it's the dumbest bet of all time.
Yeah, it is.
But he only has to fuck up. The size of the fuck up wasn't stipulated. It could be a tiny fuck up. It could be a massive one. It could be a middle one. I was musing this morning with the boys, is it a fuck up to let the guys you're heavily associated with, the guys whose show you produce, letting them vomit on the floor and they're not cleaning it up probably? I don't know. I was told no, it's not.
Well,
so happy to move forward.
I don't know because he also fucking threw up in the bin and then left it there.
You see them stitch up Kyle.
No.
It got shared on their Instagram, but it got taken down by Instagram. But it was basically Pat G'ing up Kyle saying, have you got the office key? And he's like, no, I gave it to you. He's like, no, you didn't. And he's like, dude, he goes, fuck, bro, Eddie's going to eat me. Surely you're joking. And he's like, no. Anyway, it was very funny.
Kyle said that?
Yeah.
Kyle's shit now. Jesus Christ.
So do you want to call Kyle or do you want to call Will?
I think we need to call someone.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
I think we call Will.
Yeah. Will's done it.
Well, let's get the headphones on. Will Gibb of fucking...
Okay, I'm just calling him now.
Hello?
Will.
My brother.
Yeah, it's Tom and Eddie here. You're on the podcast.
Right, okay.
Yeah. How you going, mate? You good?
Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Yeah, why? What's with the tone?
Well, mate, I'm just trying to make sure that you I saw you had an upset stomach the other day. I just want to make sure you're okay.
Well, no, not an upset stomach. I was betrayed by someone you hired.
Right.
To look after us and foster our creativity.
Yeah, okay. So what does that mean?
Well, that means that, you're going to hire someone that helps us out. And what happens? I was stabbed in the back, not with a knife, but with a piece of seafood.
And did you not know what you were eating when you put it in your mouth?
Well, no, Thomas, I didn't, because that was the whole gag of the skit.
Right. Okay. And so what? So you
where does making a conscious decision to vomit on our floor come in?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I'm going to speak to you guys like adults. I assume you've all had a big night. In fact, I know you have a big night. That's kind of what your podcast is built on: is sport and the pub with the lads. And sometimes we vomit. And I'm going to throw my hands up and say that it was on the floor. I can't deny that.
Yeah, exactly. You can't deny it. It was next to the bin as well, actually.
Did you notice the second vomit where that went?
Yeah, I did. And you know what else we noticed was when we came in that the bin was still filled with your vomit. You actually didn't remove the bin bag. Was that something you do on a night out with the lads?
Well, that didn't even pop into my head until just as it left you. Oh, shit. Can I? Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, and presumably all the fucking vomity, disgusting paper towels are in there as well. Yeah. Is that probably a
No, I flushed it down the toilet. I flushed that down the toilet. Oh, great.
Well, let's hope we clog that again.
Yeah, nice.
We found out who clogs the fucking toilet.
Will Gibb with paper towel. Balls and mouths.
Would you believe me if I was on my hands and knees begging Pat? I said, Pat, please, can we empty the bin? I really don't want these guys to... And Pat said no.
No, I
can't, or I'm quitting the podcast.
No, I don't.
Well, that's what happened.
Well, you basically admitted probably 15 seconds earlier that you'd forgotten. So that's where it's getting confusing.
I forgot and then remembered and then begged and then that happened.
Right, okay.
Listen, can I ask another question? How did you go about cleaning up the floor? Just because I saw how you cleaned up the floor when you brought that random in to get his haircut, and I'm just a bit confused. I'm a bit concerned rather.
Well,
let
me say this. Have you looked at the floor?
Yeah, we have.
It's quite nice. Let me explain what I did. Dishwashing soap all over the floor.
Right.
Wet paper towels, dry paper towels. I licked it after just to confirm it was good.
Was there footage of that?
You know what it tasted like? It tasted terrible, but you know what doesn't taste terrible? Good Day, which you can get now online at hellosport.com/shop. And if you're feeling like you might vomit and if you're feeling sick, get some Good Day now. It's good for your digestive system. It's good to clear your head. It's good for absolutely everything.
Yeah, listen, that's a good point.
Nice. You fucked up the address, though.
Yeah, you did.
BeGoodHealth.com.au.
BeGoodHealth.com.au.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Well, listen, just glad to hear that you're feeling better. Just wanted to check in.
No, thank you so much. And you know what? I'm going to make it up to you, boys. Are you guys in the office on Wednesday?
No.
Right. Well, I will bring something in.
Okay,
help.
Sweet. Yeah, that's good.
I'll bring a peace offering.
I tell you what would make up for it. I actually have an idea of what would make up for it.
Absolutely, boss.
Okay, great. Start posting some clips of the show on TikTok. Your personal
I've done
one.
that.
All right, let's do it every week.
One a day this week.
One a day this week.
Okay, sure. Yes, boss. Yes,
okay, great. All right. See you, bro.
Love you guys so much. You're my favourite two people.
I love you so much.
He's a suck up, the kid.
Yeah, he got me there with a good day.
And he knows how to get
that good day read got me.
Well, listen, he knows how to get through to me.
Yeah.
And that's via Good Day, which, by the way, coincidentally, the greatest of all multivitamins, punters and dribblers, worth remembering.
Yeah.
I know that you're sitting there going, holy fuck, I've had a big horizontal season, which is still going for another week or so, 10 days. And I need to make a change. I need to do something.
Yeah.
Well, listen, bruh, what's easier than fucking putting a sachet into water every morning, stirring it and putting it down the gob? There's nothing easier than that. It's super affordable. It's super easy. You will see changes. Can I read out a fucking review?
You can. And while you go get it up, I don't know whether anyone else has heard this, but apparently New Year's resolutions last 10 days. People start New Year's, I'm going to run, I'm going to do sit-ups, I'm going to fucking eat better. This is like a resolution you don't even need to worry about. It's literally just fucking routine. Every morning, into water, guzzle, 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 get it down your muzzle, and then you're good to go.
Guzzle, 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 get it down your muzzle. Shout out to Manly Seagulls.
Shout out.
As an over 30-year-old father of one working full-time, the late afternoon crashes between 3 and 4, I'd legit fall asleep on the job daily. Since taking Good Day, no afternoon crashes, waking up more refreshed and always having more energy left over at the end of the day. Like, that's just that's a no-brainer.
I will say, though, I don't know if he specified what work he does, but legit falling asleep on the job daily is particularly concerning for that gentleman. What's he doing?
But he needed help.
I get it, and I'm glad we've been able to help him, but he might have narcolepsy, which is, I think, where you just fall asleep.
No more afternoon crashes. I'm on the road a lot for work and privileged to consume 2 to 4 coffees a day. That's not good for you. That's not good for anything.
Did he say, so I don't fall asleep, or did he say I often fall asleep on the job? Because if you're on the roads daily and falling asleep...
No, this is a different one.
Oh, okay,
This is a different review. Since taking Good Day, only 1 coffee a day, my Good Day in the morning gets me through to the end of the day. Couldn't recommend any higher. Like, what are we talking about here, punters and dribblers? Get it together.
BeGoodHealth.com.au, code dribbler, 10% off, subscription 20% off.
Dribblers.
Dribblers. Should be either because people fucked that up. Now, to some sporting news, and there's a bit going around, but this one is the biggest in the country currently, and that is Tony Jones, of Channel 9 reporter, maybe a 3AW radio guy down in... Is he a Melbourne guy? I think he's a Melbourne guy. I think he is. In fact, I know he is.
I guarantee that people listening to this right now, I'm saying 90% of people have no idea what we're talking about. So just look him up.
Look him up.
Because you'll recognise him.
You'll recognise him immediately, but you probably know who he is now because of the furor that is happening. There's also some funny videos that we are going to watch of him on the internet. Now, this guy, from all the Tony Jones experiences that I've sort of had, and I don't mean personal ones with him, just where I've seen him and the way I've seen him on TV and shit, he seems like he takes himself very seriously. 1, seems like he thinks he's funny, which he's not. 2, and he's a magoo. Don't know how to... There's no nice way to put that. He's a magoo.
Well,
it doesn't have to be...
Magoo's not always a negative.
It's not always negative, but... And you know what? It's not necessarily in this case, but it kind of is because he's getting butt fucked globally. And he was already started off. He was getting butt fucked because that American chick, Danielle Collins, the Danimal, who her head's so far up her own arsehole, and yet she was able to put Tony Jones on the gronk because he was talking shit about her as well. But Tony Jones the other day on Channel 9, he was standing in front of a crowd of Djokovic fans, Serbians. And we don't need headphones for this, do we, Cody Toads?
No, you just need to turn the TV up with your remote there.
Okay. Punters and dribblers, if you want to see it, go to YouTube. If not, you can listen to the audio. But this is...
Well, this audio will go into podcast.
So I'm saying just listen to the audio.
Yeah.
But you could, if you're a visual guy or girl, then you'll need to go to the YouTube for this.
The Novak Djokovic fan.
Unmute.
Back to Melbourne Park where you can see the Novak Djokovic fans there in full voice. Yeah, the chants are quite extraordinary. Novak, he's overrated. Novak's a has-been. Novak, kick him out. Boy, I'm glad they can't hear me.
What?
Anyway, let's get on to the tennis and world.
What a fucking stupid thing to say. Because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's his attempt at being funny.
But it's not. But like,
I have some sympathy for a person who he's not funny, and he thinks he's funny. And he's trying to be funny, and you're on live TV, and outside of, there's...
Wait, what's the joke he's trying to spin there?
That I don't know.
Because the problem is...
I guess the joke is that it's not true. If I'm trying to give him the most sympathetic reading on that, it's that it's obviously not true. So, that's obviously not what they're saying.
That's it. He's just He played a shocker. He's got it so wrong.
The problem is he's already been in the news talking shit about Danimal.
But do you tie the kick him out thing with the COVID shit? I sort of do.
I did when I heard it. When I heard it, that's what I thought. I was like,
oh, that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, which is again, we don't need to get down COVID.
We're not.
We're not going down there.
We're not.
Well, don't lead me down there.
I'm literally holding on to you, saying, big fella, woo up.
Me? You brought it up. I didn't even fucking say it. But yeah, it did give that vibe. It did. Now, Novak, or Novaks, as some would call him, not I, but he, after winning, I don't know who he played last night, but he won, and they all do the on-court interview with Jim Courier. This is how it went down.
Serve was terrific, 81% first serves. One. And it was the unforced errors, just 21 for Djokovic, 44.
Thank you very much for being here tonight. I appreciate your presence and the support, and I'll see you next round. Thank you very much.
Well, that's interesting.
Right, so it was quick. Pause that there. He takes the microphone off the great and incomparable Jim Courier.
Does Jim know what's going on there?
I think Novak would just gone, listen, give me the mic.
Because Jim would have been fucking crushed to within an inch of his life if he'd been nabra'd by Novak there and didn't realise the circumstances.
But listen,
it looks like he knows.
Jim knew. Jim was like, have the mic. Have the mic and then just fucking bounce. Like, that's all good. Jim, and Novak has respect for Jim, and I don't think Novak would want to disrespect Jim.
Well, Jim Courier, off the top of the dome,
Two-time. Oh, I was going to say two.
I'm going to say 4-time Grand Slam winner.
I'm going to say is he an Oz Open winner? I think he might be.
I think he's won two. I think he's won 1 or 2 Oz and 1 or 2 French.
That's going to have to be what you do right
he's
now.
He's definitely won a French, and he's definitely won an Aussie. But I think he may have
2 French, 2 Aussie.
Kid.
First day back. First day back.
Now, Novak then went into his press conference and elaborated on why he nabra'd Jim Courier, but not really Jim Courier.
A couple of days ago, the famous sports journalist who works for official broadcaster Channel 9 here in Australia made a mockery of Serbian fans and also made insulting and offensive comments towards me. And since then, he chose not to issue any public apology. Neither did Channel 9. So since they're official broadcasters, I chose not to give interviews for Channel 9. I have nothing against Jim Courier, neither the Australian public, and it was a very awkward situation for me to face on the court today, and it's unfortunate. I chose to say something to the crowd, but obviously it wasn't the time and space or situation for me to explain what I'm doing right now. So I leave it to Channel 9 to handle this the way they think they see fit, and that's all.
It's a fucking brutal takedown of Tony Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, Tony sees that and I reckon poo starts coming out.
Well, poo's already leaked out of Tony Jones's bumhole today because basically before that press conference had even, like, before those words had left Novak's lips, Tony's come out with an apology. Now, can you just, has Tony got, is it a video apology?
I haven't watched this video yet, but this is the first thing that came up.
That's
it looks like a video, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be funny. I haven't seen this.
Straight to the Australian Open now, where Clint is talking to TJ about the drama
Friend of the show,
unfolding out of Melbourne.
Tony, good to see you. Lots transpired, lots been said over the last 24 hours, especially last night. What's your reaction?
Well, one of disappointment that's come to this, I've got to say, because the comments were made, if I can just give you a bit of a timeline here, the comments were made on the news on the Friday night, which I considered to be banter. I considered it to be humour, which is consistent with most things I do, you know, whether it be the Sunday Footy Show, whether it be the morning show.
He's a funny guy.
Having said that, I was made aware on the Saturday morning from Tennis Australia via the Djokovic camp that the Djokovic camp was not happy at all with those comments. Now, as such, I immediately contacted the Djokovic camp and issued an apology to them, so this is 48 hours ago, for any disrespect that Novak felt that I'd caused. And as I stand here now, I stand by that apology to Novak if he felt any disrespect, which quite clearly he does. Now, I should also say the disrespect was extended, I guess, in many ways to the Serbian fans. Now, as you know, being here over the 7 years, we've built up a nice rapport with the Serbian fans. They come here with the flags and they provide so much colour and so much passion, and there was banter. So I thought what I was doing was an extension of that banter. Quite clearly, that hasn't been interpreted that way. So I do feel as though I've let down the Serbian fans. Now, I'm not just saying this to try and wriggle out of trouble or anything. I genuinely feel for those fans. If I could turn back time, right, and I know we've all got PhDs in hindsight, I think the one thing where I overstepped the mark, and this is certainly what's really sort of angered Novak Djokovic in his camp, is the last comment I made in that back and forth with the crowd, kick him out. Now, I can stand here and put whatever spin I want in that, but it can only be interpreted as a throwback to the COVID years when he was kicked out. Now, that has angered Novak, which I completely understand now. So, look, it has been
such a
an unfortunate situation. It's been one of personal angst for Novak. It's quite clearly personal angst for me as well. But I just think the priority here now is to focus on the tennis again. He's got an amazing match coming up tomorrow night against Carlos Alcaraz, and I hope that his focus can now be on that, and my focus is now the broadcast again. So I can only again tell Novak what I told him 48 hours ago, and that is I do apologise if he felt that I disrespected him. I should also add that in the correspondence with Novak's team, I agreed to meet with them in person to discuss all this. They came back and said, yes, we would be keen to meet in person. That hasn't transpired, but I'm sure it will over the next 24 hours.
So you're back on air shortly. As far as you consider the situation right now, is this case closed?
I hope so.
All right, Tony Jones.
What does Carl say? What does Carl say?
I would say that, Novak Djokovic is a legend of the sport. He's very patriotic. He does take things personally, which is his right too. And TJ's apology is heartfelt. I think Novak's a really good guy. I've met him a couple of times now, interviewed him a few times, and I'm sure in the fullness of the hours that are ahead and the matches that are ahead, he'll be okay. But hopefully that is the chance for us to focus on the tennis.
Yeah, I think
after a few more conversations in the media.
I think so. Are you still going to get down there, Carlos?
Well, I hope so. I'd like to see Novak.
Okay. Channel 9 just going, Carlos, you got to smooth this one, buddy.
Come on, Carlos.
Carlos, we need you to smooth this. You're the best in the business, bro. You need to smooth this.
Mr. Smooth, come on, baby.
Mr. Smooth. Smoothanovich, because Tony Jones didn't smooth shit just then. Tone was like, I made the apology 48 hours ago. He said it like 3 times where he's like, I thought this was done, Novak. I apologised to you privately. Novak's gone, cunt, where was the public apology?
Yeah, he mentioned that a couple of times. He's like, public apology.
Public apology, mate. Again, that's what I think our reading of that was correct.
Of course it was, Tom. Of course it was. I think you can only interpret him saying he's overrated as a fucking shit joke.
Yes.
Like the tone was off, the delivery of us.
He's not funny.
It was just a shocker. But there's no other way to interpret it other than that, because he is so clearly the best ever. Yeah. It's not even a debatable.
No.
So then the end bit, that seemed like a stab.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. That's where it pushed.
Don't you reckon?
Yes. Before we get to the video, that other video of Tony Jones I sent you, can you just get the one? It's him at the tennis with Tom Steinfort, and they're talking about I think he calls Australia European. Just see if you can find it. It's just a funny back and forth. He can be a prickly character. Tony Jones. I think that's why people are just going. I think his nickname's Chompers down in America. Down in fucking Melbourne.
So is he a Melbourne journo, Victorian?
Yeah, I think so. He was on the AFL Footy Show and shit.
That's why we don't see him that often.
No. Is there anything there of him, Tom and Tom Steinfort?
And you said they called Australia Europeans or something?
It's no. So it's he's talking about the tennis, and how it's like, it becomes like little Europe for a couple of weeks, and then Tom Steinford says something, and he just sort of snaps back at him. We got it?
Yeah.
I love walking around and hearing all the different accents because so many people come from so many different parts of the world, and it's just like our own little Europe for 2 weeks here.
It's such an international
A
day.
few people from Asia as well here.
Okay, there's some Asians here as well, Tom.
Can you just play that again?
What the fuck?
So if you're listening, this is like, pause it. This is in 2019. It's another Australian Open. It might be the morning show, but they're talking about, Tony's basically talking about how it's nice when the tennis is on. It's like its own little Europe.
Because all the European nations are out.
Yes.
Yeah, ignoring
everyone else in the world who also plays tennis. Again, not intentional, but when it's thrown in his face, he doesn't react well.
I love walking around and hearing all the
South
different
America,
accents because so many people come from so many different parts of the world, and it's just like our own little Europe for 2 weeks here.
It's such an international
A
day.
few people from Asia as well here.
Okay, there's some Asians here as well, Tom.
Oh, dude, it's good.
There's some Asians here as well.
Yeah, right. There's some Asians here as well. Well,
right.
Yeah, it can't. And then I think the tweet, which is where we found it, was like, geez, the chemistry's fucking good on the Today Show. Now, the final one is...
That was so good.
This final one, and I'm sure there are more out there, but these are just the ones that I saw.
Oh, this one's fucking edge.
He was the sports guy, I think, on the nightly news, and then Beck Judd, wife of former AFL player Chris Judd.
Ex-wife.
No, I think they're still together. You're thinking maybe Nadia Bartel and Jimmy Bartel.
Is that who I'm talking?
I think so.
Okay. Can we get confirmation on that Judd one?
I'm almost 100% certain. I know Jimmy and Nadia.
So I'm thinking
I used to
Nadia
work with Jimmy
Bartel.
in radio
And
back in the
Nadia
day.
Bartel, is she selling like pajamas and shit?
No, bras and shit on buses.
Yeah, that's her.
Beck and Chris still together.
Yep.
Happy to hear it.
Great. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
I was thrown off by Nadia Bartel,
Yes.
who seems to be doing well.
Good luck to her. She got caught doing rack during COVID as well.
She did.
Allegedly.
As is her right.
And they were really expensive plates, and that's all anyone spoke about. Beck, I think, she's just like given up the weather job.
She's giving it up.
No, yeah, in this video, she's like signing off
Forever.
from the weather, and I think Tony does the sport, and then he goes in for a smooch or some shit. It's so fucking awkward.
Night shower or two tomorrow, but there is a chance of hail in the morning. After a low of 8, we'll reach 13 degrees. So, Pete, the first day of the last month of winter.
And also,
sounds good to me.
It does, but also it's the last time that we'll be
Look at him
working
coming
together
over.
for a little
Look
while
at
because
him.
you're off on a break.
Oh,
yes, Tony.
Get your hand off me.
Yours.
Yeah.
And
Get
we
your
all
hand
miss
off
you, But
me.
of course, everyone in the newsroom sends much love.
He
and
just
very
comes
best
in
wishes.
the way.
I'll miss you all too. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you,
Oh,
the
this
Carlton
is
supporters
fucked.
are very excited.
Well, they should be.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
You're funny.
fuck, he's got his arms
That's
crossed.
what's news this Monday. Enjoy your evening. And good night.
Look at him. Oh, and there's like, we won't do, you watch that again, please.
No.
Just one more time. Just take it to the point. Look at him when he walks out. Hold on. I just want to see him walk in again.
He walks in like an absolute pest.
He's so weird the way he walks.
Yes, Tony. Giving birth to those
Oh,
twins.
oh, oh, get your hand
We all
off
miss
me.
you,
Why
but of
hand
course,
off me,
everyone
bruh?
in the newsroom sends much love and very best wishes.
Thank you. I miss you all too. Wish me luck. I'm going to need it.
Oh, this
well, I'll
is
tell you, the Carlton
fucked.
supporters are very excited.
Well, they
This
should be.
is so out.
Shit.
Robert, that's what's news this Monday. Enjoy your evening. And good night.
She's like, what are you doing,
What
mate?
the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
Oh, that's good stuff. And then, as I was saying, we won't watch that video, but apparently, like, they just would play it on the AFL footy show all the time, and he'd get so fucking off it. One time he stormed off set or some shit.
bullshit.
Maybe try to see if you can find that.
It's got a lot of Volk's handshake about it.
Volk handshake. Can't.
You did the exact same thing. You went straight to the arms
but
folded.
Volk's handshake's got nothing on that. Live national TV. Like, I could have edited that out of the Volk. Credit to me for just being for not knowing I did it.
Well, you did, because you talked about
I
the
did.
car
It was
afterwards.
fucking awful. But, like, I could have edited it out. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think so.
Of course not, because I'm not a puss. What I'm saying is
that's way worse.
That is way worse.
It's way worse because she's a woman and he's lent in for a fucking kiss on live TV, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me." It's
at
way
least
worse.
Volk shook my hand.
He did, and
if he'd said no,
and it's just a handshake.
It's not a kiss with Beck Judd on live TV getting absolutely
nah. The way he leans in's pretty etch as well.
It's just not necessary.
I know.
Chompers, dude.
Chompers.
Is there anything?
And unfortunately for Chompers, this sort of stuff gets dredged up when you fuck up.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what, dude? Like, he was already going to be someone we discussed on the show today because he was staunchly against Danielle Collins, the Yank, who was going like, mwah, and like kissing to the crowd and shit after she beat that Aussie girl.
Yeah.
And he started talking shit about her on his radio show, and then she buried him in the fucking press conference as well. But that's old news now. Like, who gives a shit?
Oh, who cares about that?
Who cares?
No, it's not even relevant.
It's not even relevant at all.
No.
So there's a video
That's
here.
a brutal watch. That's a seriously brutal watch.
Yeah.
That's got a lot of Eddie Simpson pause about it, that one.
Yeah.
This video looks like they are. There's like a panel on the AFL show rewatching the clip.
Oh, yeah.
They're counting down
funny moments of the year.
Counting down.
Yeah, skip to the end. This will be it at the end.
Yeah,
Turn it
so
up,
it's
though.
this last one just here.
You got any sound?
The most trending
Yeah,
man at Channel 9 is this one. That was unbelievable. And then, of course, this one here, mate. What about me?
Oh, Shannon Knowles and shake his hand.
Mate, you wouldn't believe how many hits this had.
That was his...
handball's the best in the world. The handball. Come on, Chomp Chomp. You are trending, my friend. That is you, the trend.
So this is it. When I said to the bosses, we'll fill an hour, no worries. Yeah,
Guess what?
Oh, chompers.
Chomp, dude.
Chomp.
Uncle Chomp.
That's good stuff.
Yep. That was great. Anyway, Novak buried him. He's apologised. We move on.
Imagine getting buried by someone that big.
Listen, it could happen to anyone at any time, but, I mean... Chomp's fucking had a couple. Chomp's had a couple. Let's move on.
Chomp. That's good stuff.
Punters and dribblers, this isn't a grumpy coffee segment per se. Who's grumpy, who's not. It's hard to be grumpy right now in summer in Australia. Obviously, it's been a bit windy and shit, but the sun's shining. Your boys, Tom and Eddie, are back in the same room.
Yep.
So it's hard to be grumpy. So it's more celebratory. And just to let you know that our good friend Denon Kemp, he's got a huge sale at bloke.shop right now, or tonight at 6 p.m. 50% off everything. And then you go to grumpycoffee.com.au, 25% sale.
50% off the entire range at bloke.shop.
Yep.
And then another 25% off everything at grumpycoffee.com.
Yep. Bloke.shop, footy shorts, T-shirts. They got their cricket range of T-shirts.
The DMP shirts on there, actually, punters and dribblers, which
DMP
we sold
shirt
last
on
year.
there.
I whipped on there before. There's a few sizes left, smalls, mediums, and the big thicky sizes. There's some left. I'm talking big and thick. If you buy one, right, you go in the running to watch the first game of the season, not Vegas round.
Yeah.
Not round 0, round 1. Either the Thursday or the Friday night game, in here with us, we'll get on the piss, we'll eat pizza, we'll yip, and we'll yahoo. You can bring a couple of boys. You can only go in the running if you buy the DMP shirt, though. So if you haven't bought it, buy it.
But as we said, 50% off everything bloke.shop. That includes bloke undies, which we obviously got a sample of, and they fucked the house down.
We've got them on.
Do you? There you go.
Got them on.
Like, he's literally wearing them.
I'm literally wearing them.
They're so comfortable.
They're actually a really good undie.
They're great. 50% off.
Mate, I love them.
Yeah.
50% off. Go and fucking buy up, baby.
Yeah.
Go and buy the fuck up.
Yep. So that's good area shirts, singlets, bloke cricket hats, and your bloke undies, and then 25% off all coffee at grumpycoffee.com.au.
Yes, sir.
Dylan Brown, Edward, bit of rugby league chat here. There's a few things. There's Dylan Brown. There's Gutho in the telly. There's fucking... Well, listen, poor old Gutho. That thing was ridiculous.
They just cut his lips off.
Lukey D.
His top lip completely fucked off.
Lukey D is a friend of mine and Will's. Lukey Stowe. Shout out to Lukey D, though. Lukey Stowe of Levels producer fame, of All Round Good Guy fame, he did like an explainer of how they fucked that up. And it's like absurd. Because he was like, it's not like a compression of the image because Cook's face is completely normal. They fucked that Photoshop and just going, yeah, that'll do.
Well, they must have done it when they were cutting out their head to put the letters in.
Correct.
But I've done a bit of Photoshop in my day as well, mate.
Yeah, no, I know.
The funniest part about it for me was you sending it to me, but like, can you see something wrong with this image? I'm like, yeah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
You thought he looked like that day to day.
No, I didn't. I was trying to work out because I was up. I saw that thing fucking bright and early. I've been just pounding the newspapers. And I was just like, Eddie, I'm not seeing something wrong with you, am I? Before I go and bag out Gutho, which I wasn't doing, but you know what I mean? Before I go and start talking, I want to make sure that I haven't. He doesn't look like that, does he? That's not. I don't have sleep in my eyes. And then invariably everyone else saw it as well. So, you know.
It's strange though, and to Lukey's point, that's hard to do.
Well, they've cut the top of his head out and moved it down.
Yeah, they've like cut his face. You can kind of see there.
Yeah.
Zoom in, like his face is off the back of his head.
And like shrunk in a bit.
Yeah, so half his head goes behind the letters and his face comes in front of the letters.
It's just like this.
Like that's hard to do, dude.
This is the newspaper. Yeah. How is this like? Who the fuck's editing their photos?
Well, the newspaper, not what it was.
I know. It's sad.
You know.
I still love it. I still love your newspaper. You're still doing good things.
The halcyon days of the newspaper.
Mate, there's less and less shit in there. I'll tell you that.
Oh, mate, but you pick them up and it's basically 2 or 3 pages.
Yeah, I know. It's fucked.
Thin as fuck. If you're picking up like a Wednesday telly, dude, it's thin as fuck.
Dude, it's real. It's real. Just like they're good for fires. But I still like to read them.
Not even. There's not enough to fucking get one going.
The weekend papers you got to fit.
Oh, the weekend's all right.
The tab. You got Sunday Living. Whatever.
Well, that's why I said Wednesday.
Yeah. I will say that their headline yesterday, which I sent to you and I did mean to post but forgot to.
It was a ripper.
That was good.
That was a ripper.
Coke Zero, which was in reference to Nick Politis coming out and saying, despite the fact that the NRL has a 2 strikes you're out policy with cocaine use, they have a 0 tolerance policy now, the Roosters.
Fair enough. As is their right.
Well, it is. Except I would have thought it's not actually.
Well,
if the NRL has a policy.
If it's in season, they're the employer, Roosters.
The NRL.
I think in season
they sign NRL contracts.
In season,
don't they?
Is it the end of the world?
If they do a bit of coke in season.
No, if they don't, I don't think it's the end of the world to have a fucking a rack ban in season.
I don't.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you would
like
imagine,
you'd be pretty fucking disappointed if you come in 8th and the boys are fucking tested positive every Monday.
Well, yeah, no, you wouldn't be pumped, would you? I don't. Yeah, listen, I don't think there's anything unreasonable about having a coke ban.
Yeah,
which kind of makes it funny to even have to say it.
Oh, to even have to say yes, no, okay, yeah. We're saying the same thing, but differently.
Yes.
Well, I think maybe what Uncle Nick's doing is showing how seriously they're taking this season, Tom, given that there probably might be a need of the good stuff.
Well, I wonder
if they had to fall out of the 8 like he's predicted.
Well, I think it's more like, Roosters are serious this year. Full-blown Coke Zero ban. You know what I mean?
Because they're going to struggle this year, you'd think.
I don't know, dude.
Without Sam Walker, dude, for that long.
I don't know, bruh. I just don't trust the Roosters not being good.
They'll probably have a big wins first round, and we'll go, mate, look at them go. Don't get hoodwinked by the first round. I've not forgotten this year. I've not forgotten.
Oh, yeah. Expectations.
Because every year I drink the Kool-Aid, baby, and I buy into what fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry has to say about who's going to win the comp and all that. Worry about that shit in fucking September, baby. Round 1, if you bet that way, you're in trouble.
Yeah, you're in huge trouble. It's I was singing this the other day. Once the cricket's still going, we got Big Bash and shit, and obviously we play Sri Lanka in a couple of weeks or a week or I don't know. But
can we get the dates on that, please, Cody?
But I am ready for rugby league again.
I'm just about ready.
I had when you feel like the first cool change of winter or the first warm zephyr of a summer breeze. I don't know if that's even correct. But I had that with rugby league the other day. There was some rugby league news and I was like, oh, there's a photo of Ruben Garrick and a brown cord punters and dribbles out on the Manly Seagulls Instagram, and I'm like, I'm ready.
I think a Zephyr win's something to do with like when the sun sets, wind pressure changes, and there's like a final gust.
Listen, dude, I knew it wasn't a hug.
I was on Max. The only reason I know I was on Max Down's farm once, and a Zephyr wind hit us. He's like, "Feel that? It'll go in like 10 seconds. Bang, gone." It was fucking glorious.
Nothing to do with the Fremantle doctor, I assume.
Well, given that we weren't in that part of the world,
well, I'm assuming the Zephyr not.
No, because the Fremantle
Max's farm and farm alone.
The Fremantle docker used to blow Olavo, if memory serves.
Listen,
didn't it come in the third sesh?
Might have. I think you're right. Not important. Rugby league, a mere moment away. Probably not the worst time to mention the fact as well that we proudly welcome the Sixers and Sevens to our stable.
Yes, we do.
Mitchell Pearce and Todd Carney.
Who are just going to talk fucking shape, baby.
Yeah,
Sixes, sevens,
you like nerding
halves.
out rugby league. You like fucking just two halves talking the minutiae of the game as well as being scallywags. Well, that's what you got.
Yeah, that's exactly what you got. You got two stallions of the game talking fucking rugby league halves.
Yeah.
Amongst other things.
Well, obviously they talk other things, but two halves, two people who read the game, understand the game, and they're going to take you through it. And I'm pumped. That gets underway next month. That's when it kicks off.
Start of Feb.
You can follow me on Instagram, Sixes and Sevens, and the podcast and all that will be up. Like the channel for you to subscribe to will be up soon as well. Punters and dribblers. Very horny for that. But we move on. Dylan Brown. Tough start for Parramatta before a ball has been kicked or passed or grubbed or fucking played in earnest, Edward. That Dylan Brown's management are shopping him around to, it would seem, any sporting franchise that wants him. Other NRL clubs, rugby union, Super Rugby, the Wallabies, Japanese rugby, fucking NFL.
What's going on here?
He has a clause.
What's happening?
He has a clause in his contract that by round 10 he has to either take up an option to basically, I think it triggers him to like 2030 or something ridiculous like that. His contract is so filled with clauses. I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm looking as well. But I'm pretty sure it's a player option in his favour every single year. So I'm just trying to figure out whether
But if he takes up, I think Michael Chalmers first wrote about it. But like, if he takes up, so he's basically got till round 10 to make a decision. After round 10, he takes up the clause, and that I think commits him essentially, I think, to like 2030 or something. But he still has clauses, multiple clauses throughout that he can continue to take up. But when you read this is the letter that is this is part of an excerpt from what his manager Chris Orr of the Orr brothers fame, Chris and Gavin, I believe, who Orr out their clients. Register your club's interest in securing the services of Dylan Brown for season 26 and beyond. Once we finalise the level of interest, we will work with you to set up an appropriate time to catch up with Dylan. These type of franchise players don't come on the market very often. He's selling the fuck out of the kid. I'd say this. He'd be a big get for a lot of clubs. Yeah, he would.
Is he unhappy at the Eels? Is this what this is? Because it's not looking good for the Parramatta Eels if he fucks off, because he'd be right on his heels.
Mitchy Mose.
Well,
it also isn't a great vote of confidence for Donk, who's just got there. He's just got his feet under the desk and his giant donkey dick under the desk, and he's trying to coach the club, that being Donk Riles.
Is this a case of just a bit of an alpha or two, not enough room for the both of us sort of thing, you know?
Well, I don't know if we've mused this before or whether we've said something to the contrary before, which wouldn't surprise me, but is there only room for one donkey at any club?
I feel like you'd be off-put. If you're Dylan Edwards and you're the man and then a bigger man rocks up, does that throw you off kilter? I know he doesn't play.
Dude, the fact that he's...
But just walking around the club, seeing a penis of that size every day, Tom, that's got to throw you off centre.
Listen, it certainly could. It has the potential to, and I wouldn't be ruling it out as a reason for why he's got one of the Orr brothers there, peddling his wares. I was interested to see that he's had his that they've even hit up the Wallabies. I'm like, I know that, you know, you can play for the Wallabies and then you can also play for New Zealand in rugby league or whatever, but like, I don't think he'd be that good of a rugby player.
I think the reason he'd be hitting up the Wallabies as opposed to the All Blacks, Tom, is that the Wallabies have been known, at least recently, to splash the cash.
Well, also, he won't make the All Blacks.
Of course, but the All Blacks haven't paid anyone Suaalii money.
No.
You know what I mean?
Saw Suaalii in Bondi Junction the other day.
He's a big glass of water.
He's a spec, dude. He's a specimen.
He's a spec, not asbestos. He's a specimen.
No, specimen.
Absolutely gorgeous
Dude,
in person,
big,
and
big,
just a
big.
big fuck up. People are getting bigger. That's a fact.
Yep.
So I think if you're the Orr brothers, who probably take their 4-5%, Tom, they want a Suaalii type contract, and the only one seemingly handing them out, Japanese rugby. Wallabies.
Yeah, I can't.
I think the Wallabies have probably tapped out.
I don't, dude, no disrespect to Dylan Brown. I don't know what he'd be a 5'8" inside centre.
He wouldn't do very well at Union.
I don't think he's. I know he is a fucking good player.
And he's young.
Yeah, he's young. He's
24.
24? I forget how young he is.
He's only just 24, I feel like.
Yeah. I don't think he's that good. And
you say that all the time.
I know. Listen, that's what we do.
Good compared to whom? The rest of the comp? To the top guys?
I think that compared to his salary, compared to the interest, I just don't see him do enough.
How many sixes are better than Dylan Brown?
I think Ezra Mam on his day is better. I think Cameron Munster on his day is better. I think Jerome Luai is better.
Dylan Brown, for what it's worth, is considered like one of the best defensive halves in the comp.
That's great. That's cool. I'm not shitting on him for that. That's great. But I'm just going through.
Would you say he's a top 5-6?
Let's see. Luai, Munster, Ezra when he's fucking got his shit together.
Do you have the rescue dog higher than him, personally?
Well, I personally have the rescue dog Luke Brooks above him, but I won't. For this, people will call nepotism here.
Yes, they will.
And I don't want that to be.
Well,
called
it's not our racket.
No
nepotism.
Dearden, Cody.
Dearden's better. Cody Walker's better.
Yep. So he's slipped out.
I think he's potentially I think Matt Burton is there or thereabouts with him.
Still a bit wet behind the ears, Matt Burton as a 6.
Right, yeah, he is, but I think that he impacts a game as much as I see Dylan Walker. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's 2025 and
Dylan Brown.
Who did I say? Dylan Walker?
Yep.
Dylan Brown. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Of pretty handy 14.
No, he's great, Dylan Walker. I don't know what I'm talking about, and that will continue in 2025, know that, but this is just my opinion, right? Yes. That's all I'm here for.
Also,
I'm not giving an
don't ask us because we don't really know. This is what two dead shits think about Dylan.
Yeah, I still think I think he's a good player. It's not that I don't think he's good. I just think he is. I feel like he's a bit overhyped.
Do you disagree with the All Brothers statement that he is a franchise player?
Yeah, I do. Because when Mitchell Moses was out, now he's 24, fair call, and that we can see what Nathan Cleary's done, and he could very well become the fucking man. But when Mitchell Moses was out...
Nathan Cleary was the man at his age.
Yeah, he was.
Nathan Cleary's only 25, 26, isn't he?
Yeah, 27, but just turned 27.
Yeah. Just. So he's 26.
They just won 4 straight comps. So, yeah, he was the man at that age.
Yes.
I don't see him... Parramatta aren't that good. And they don't have a shit roster.
Not that good. They're shocking.
Right, but they don't have that bad a roster.
What'd they come last year? Third last? Second last?
Mitchell Moses is able to excel in a team that is not very good, and Mitchell Moses is a fucking good player. Dylan Brown, I don't see enough where I'm like, oh, yeah, sweet. If Mitchell's not there, Dill's doing it. Or even if Mitch is there, Dill's doing it. So I just find it quite peculiar. Firstly, the Wallabies I wouldn't be doing, but just like... I can't see I don't know, and maybe it's
There's nothing wrong than floating it out there though, Tom.
If you're his management,
yeah.
Fuck no, there's not, because there's heaps of interest and people that know much more than I do think he's good. So you would assume that I'm wildly incorrect.
Yes, I think we can assume that safely. Yes,
but I've been right. I have been right before. So
you'd be buying on potential, at least as best as I can tell.
Yeah,
because at the moment he's not a top 5-6. That's our opinion.
That's of our opinion.
Don't shit down our throat, Masood.
Don't Masood us this early into the year.
What's he doing again?
He was doing ice creams, and then he's now doing private investigation.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Fuck, imagine if he started looking into us. Not that we got anything to hide, but he might be just looking into it because he's like...
Sick of it?
Yeah.
Sick of the Masooding? Well, to that I would say you shouldn't have said it.
No, exactly.
Because we're verbatim.
That also being said with Dylan Brown, I would take him at Manly. Just, you know what I mean?
But But you don't want to pay franchise money for him.
No.
That's probably where we're getting to.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'd 100% take
But I want to just park that because there's people screaming at the tellies or the radios going, you can't say what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I want to circle back to the fact that this just doesn't look good optically for the Eels.
Yeah.
You've got Donk, who's got his first time coaching a side. He said no to the Dragons. He's waited patiently for this opportunity. He's now got it. He's got great halves. Dylan Brown's a good half. Mitch Moses is a fucking great half.
Yeah.
He's got some nice skeletal. Framework to work with here, Tom, and one of your fucking prize bulls is out there shopping his sperm to other clubs, other mayors. You're like, what the fuck, bruh?
I thought we were exclusive.
I thought we were hot to trot.
Yeah.
Because you've got to understand that this just lumps a shitload of pressure onto my back heading into the season now. We were dog shit last year. We almost won the spoon. Now I've got my prize bull trying to shop his semen around.
We lost fucking Blaze Talangi.
We lost Blaze Talangi to the fucking Panthers.
Who was like, I'm going to be behind Dylan Brown. I'm fucking going.
He'll probably go win a comp with the Panthers. I'll win 5 in a row. You lost your skip.
You lost Gotho.
What? It's not good.
No.
It's not good. It doesn't matter which way you want to slice it nor dice it, punters and dribblers. Not a great look for the Parramatta Eels, and I keep going back to it. I went back to it last season. Window shut. You know, you had the opportunity. You got fucking humped to death in the grand final. That's it. Sun good.
Yeah.
Sun's okay.
Oh, sun's good to go.
cherry ripe.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the sun.
No.
Sun she's not flaring, she's not dying, she's not exploding.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
Well, the sun will go down, but it'll come back up.
Correct.
As opposed to just like swallowing the earth and that's it, right?
Yeah.
We're good. We're so good.
The Eels not, though. Second last, third last.
Didn't someone slip to second last? The Bunnies?
Well, yeah, because was it Para and Tigers for Spoon? Is that the Spoon Bowl?
Yeah, so you're right. So after the Eels smashed the Tigers, they went to 15th and the Bunnies slipped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also,
have you seen Latrell?
He's looking good.
Looking incredible.
He's looking good. He was this pose he had, and I'm like, wow, okay, tight guns, quads, trunk on the boy, just looking good.
Looking really fucking good.
Yeah.
Really, really hot.
Yeah.
They'll go well this year.
They will. You see Jamie Humphries again, another Jamie Humphries bicep shot. Jesus Christ, he's muscular. The kid's muscular.
They'll be good this year.
He's so muscular.
They'll be good this year. Fuck, they'll be good this year.
Yeah. Manly will win.
Well, Manly win the comp.
Yeah.
Not about that. I'm just saying the Bunnies will go well.
Well, you'd hope so. You'd want them to. As we enter the new year, Edward, in earnest, there is no good reason to give up on your resolutions. And if one of them is to get healthy, then we're here to help you. Good Day Daily Multivitamins slip easily and seamlessly into the daily routine. It's a glass of water. It's a sachet of the good stuff into the water. Stir it up, guzzle it down, and you know what? Wow, vitamins for the day done.
It's actually legitimately the easiest way to adhere to a New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Like most of them are you going to run 10Ks? You should, but you're probably not going to. All you got to do is pour a sachet into water and you're done.
Quite literally the least you can do, punters and dribblers. Head to begoodhealth.com.au. Code is dribblers. You get 10% off. And with a subscription, 20% off.
And I just say this to our loyal subscribers. We are putting together, punters and dribblers, one of the great subscription communities you've ever seen.
Yep.
Like, you will be rewarded for your service to Good Day. Know that. Like it's never been done before, baby. Just keep your eyes peeled.
I don't know whether you've seen this, Cody, and this is disappointing.
Is this Tigers rhetoric?
Yep.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Shane Richardson.
I know. Unbelievable.
He's officially closed the barber.
I know.
Mate, have you seen a photo of Richo right now? Get a photo of Richo up.
Needs a trim.
If anyone needs a barber, it's that cunt. He looks like Santa Claus. Richo, what are you doing? Can you find why he's closed it?
It's clear to me. He actually makes a comment around it, so you can get up his comments.
I've got to have it saved, don't I?
It's clear to me, Tom, that Shane Richardson does not subscribe to the train of thought that look good, feel good, play good. Doesn't subscribe to that.
Look at Richo here. Now, in fairness, this is a photo that's just on Clarkie's column, so it may not be a current one. But he looks like jolly old Saint Nick.
Saint Rich.
Yeah, jolly old Shane Rich.
So I've got the statement here. Basically, it says the hairdresser salon was put in place by previous admin and it is unclear how many times it was actually used. Richardson has removed it from the club's headquarters. We just want to make a statement, Richardson said. We're all about business and that isn't the haircutting business. Players earn enough to get their own haircuts. The bottom line, to have a barbershop in a high-performance centre is not really what we wanted to look like as a club.
It's such a Pascoe move. You know Pascoe made that fucking move with the barbershop. Pascoe's all about his hair when he was at the club. Probably still is. There's a couple of interesting lines there. It's not sure how many players got their hair cut there. That seems like no one did. Yeah.
And now Pascoe's left, no one's using it.
No, it was only Pascoe. Pascoe treated that place like he was Richie Rich, and he just like wants his own McDonald's in his house and his own hairdresser. You're like, Pascoe,
come on, bro.
Relax, bro.
Woo up. You just know that he was super keen on it because I remember when that Centre of Excellence opened, they basically led with that.
Yeah.
It's got its own barbershop. Before anything else, before the ice baths, before the pools, before
I don't even know what else they
centre.
have in there.
I know they got an ice bath. I think.
You'd fucking hope so.
But they literally led with it has a barbershop. Not important.
No, not relevant, Justin. They're just literally trying to lance the boil that is Justin Pascoe's mark on that club. Disappointing. Is that all it was? One chair?
Yeah, so we've got
so the wait times would have been through the roof anyway.
A before and after here.
So what is it now? You're going there for a bat.
Oh, okay. Well, listen. They might just call it a de-stress room. Geez, they're really getting to work on the roof.
Good though.
Good. Clean out them gutters.
He also said, as part of this quote, he said, we've managed to sell a few things like chairs. We'll put that money back into junior leagues.
Oh, they're selling it off. That's so tough.
What are they putting it back into the junior system?
They're selling
Is
the
that what
chairs.
it said?
Yeah.
Back into juniors.
What's a hairdresser chair set you back?
Oh, a really nice one?
It might be a lot.
500?
I'm thinking more than that.
1,000? Because you got to be able to lean back and shit.
Yeah, and it's got to be able to go up and down. It's got to be hydraulics in it.
Well, they would have sold it on Gumtree. How much could you get one on Gumtree for? And are they still available?
There's one you can get them at Bunnings for $210.
Can you buy the Tigers ones?
Yeah, they should be. That's what they should be doing because then you could sell it for above market rate because people will actually want to get behind it.
Surely they're putting them on Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace. Where else would you sell them?
You might sell it to a barber.
True.
At a discounted rate.
You're better off selling to the punter.
Now having seen the barber, that was so Bush League. I was imagining it being a lot bigger. And it makes sense that it wasn't bigger.
Well, they might be things in between each chair.
Why would you do that? It's not a urinal.
They said selling off, there was only one thing in there.
But why would you have more than that? Have you got a full-time barber working around the clock just sitting there? What a waste of money. Have you got a barber on a full-time fucking wage sitting in the high performance centre?
They must. I'd like to get the barber on the blower.
That would have been the greatest job. How many cuts
did you do?
That would have been the greatest job.
Best job.
If you're a Tigers fan.
I'd have been Pascoe's mate.
I would have hated to have been the barber.
Why? It would have been so good.
Because you have to work at the Tigers. But if you're a barber...
You're not doing any work.
Good point. I don't mind that side of things. But if I was a barber at Manly doing no work, I'd like it. But Manly wouldn't waste money like that.
Think about the Centre of Excellence at Manly, which we've been to on several occasions. Picture a barbershop in there, how fucking random it would be.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing more ridiculous now that I think about it.
It is toy. It is child's play to even think that that's necessary. Shane Richardson, whilst he does need a good clip himself, it should be. Are you guys happy about that, Cody?
About the barbershop?
About it going.
It makes sense.
That's not. That sounds like you're disappointed.
It seems like a waste of resources to me.
Do you have any idea of whether or not there was a full-time barber in there?
You couldn't imagine there would have been. Maybe
play a run.
There you go.
So Felix is saying off mic, play a run, Barber. But who amongst you cuts hair?
Well, I was just Googling then. I can see an article from a couple of years ago that it says Kelma Tuilagi of Manly fame now
Parramatta
and Stafford Toa were doing hairdressing at TAFE.
Maybe, and then Kelma goes to Manly, then to Para, and Stafford Toa goes to the Knights, I believe.
Stafford Toa still at the Tigers.
Oh,
he
is he?
came from the Knights.
Did he ever go? He played for the Knights?
He played for the Knights. Now he's with us.
Oh, okay, right.
He was
so
just
still
injured
did have a hairdresser in their ranks.
So basically, it's helping the boys out.
Well, good. Listen, that's a
Is there
good start.
is there any goss out of Camp Tigers re Luai, re Benji, re any of?
I think it's all pretty good.
Is it all
Lockie
going pretty
Galvin
well?
said he's not going to talk about contract extensions and upgrades and shit until the end of the season.
Did Lockie Galvin run like the best 2K ever? Was that him?
It was the Tigers record. I don't know if it was the best.
Well, what? Did he break the Tigers 2K record?
Well, the record was set by him last year, so.
And then he broke it.
He broke it again this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
A pup.
Just a pup, just a boy.
Now, you know
Luai
what?
said, sorry, just before you jump in there, Tom, Luai said he's the fittest player he's ever seen.
Pretty hectic. And like when you think about the fact that the last time they did anything decent was 05, they probably weren't even like the 2Ks back then.
Luai said he's the fittest player he's ever seen. What time did he do on the 2K? I'd like to know that.
But think back to like when they were
4 minutes 12. Sorry, Tom.
4 minutes 12.
Holy
They're 206 splits.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I think this might have been a 1.2 with Galvin matching his record-breaking time of 4 minutes and 12 seconds in the grueling Bronco, in which players run at 1.2 Ks up and down the field.
I was going to say, that seems like almost impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feels...
Yeah, so it's a 1.2, not a 2.
412.
Yeah.
I'm getting lapped for 1K.
Anyway, that's not true. So it was the Bronco he did. Nice.
Still broke the record.
Good on him.
But what I'm saying is that shows how long it's been since the Tigers have had anyone half decent in terms of a fitness level. Like,
but Luai's won four comps since the fittest players ever seen.
Yeah, of course. But the Tigers haven't really done anything for a very long time, right? Since 2005.
So
I'm just saying, like, there was probably no one setting any records in that town, and then Galvin comes in. It's like, wow, this guy's actually good.
Yes, it's nice.
It's nice for them.
Yes, it's nice. They've got something.
Yes. Well, they got a bit now.
They've
come last.
They've got more than something.
They cannot come last again.
There's no way they will.
They just can't.
There's no way they will. Not with Luai. It just can't be done.
Is Galvin better than Dylan Brown?
There's no way they can. Like
Do you want
Luai.
Dylan Brown or Galvin?
Well, you obviously take preference to your own players.
I'm just asking. I'm just joking, Dylan Brown. I obviously think you're good, but I'm just franchise. Okay.
Where do you think they come to bow this topic this year? Can I get a prediction?
10 to 12.
You'd want to. Jeez, I mean,
anything lower, I would say, is like a
anything. I think anything below 12 is a miserable failure.
Yeah, depth isn't great, but
right. Okay.
The season has to be viewed in context at the end, but like miserable failure.
If Luai's fit all season, miserable failure.
Yep.
Full stop.
Yep.
No ifs, no buts.
No maybes. I don't know if there is any more rugby league. I don't really feel like there is. But you were asking about this video that was that we posted on our Instagram.
Yes.
The AFL. This is a video from Carlton's preseason, and this is them warming up, and they got like a theatre fucking someone in there, and so part of getting ready for the season was them like doing this thing in like some gym. Can you? Is it
Are you
Carlton?
joking?
No, dude. That's why I was saying it. Can you? I think it's Carlton. Look at this shit, dude. When they get into the formation, it's my favourite thing I think I've ever seen.
There's no way it's just Carlton.
It's Carlton,
no,
dude.
There's no fucking way.
It is.
There's no way. There's no way.
It's Carlton.
Oh my god,
dude! I tell you
Shout out
what,
to Carlton.
I would like to. I know we say a lot of stuff. I'd love to see you and I recreate that dance. Where's that going? Can we watch that again?
Oh, you want to watch it again?
Yeah, dude.
We've got other things.
We've got a few things in there that we need to do, but just look at this dance. When they all get into formation and say they won't break us.
I love this. I love the hit and spin here. Like,
I think this is a play.
Yeah.
Oh, the choreography.
I love that one. So good.
Toddler reveal like this.
Twist the ball.
All right. No, listen. I think
Love
that's a play about it. Like Victorians love AFL so much that like even the theatre nerds do plays about AFL. Like in Sydney, you're not going to go to fucking Carriage Works and see someone doing like a rugby league play. You'll get Plum from Cow, which is a great fucking show.
But not that.
It's not that.
No.
Brendan didn't have a dance routine in Plum.
No. I don't think there was any singing.
Well, no, there was. In fairness, there's some... Well, I mean, there's some poetry stuff in there. It's not about singing. But he's not dancing around with a football choreography style.
No.
In fact, there is nothing similar about what we're seeing there in Plum.
That's
really
what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Except that they are covering sport in some way. There's a sporting element.
There is. That thread I'll allow to remain.
Yes. They won't break
that thread
us.
and that thread.
They won't shake us.
They won't ever keep us
down. Do we have an AFL ball in here?
Oh,
yeah,
maybe.
Somewhere.
There was one.
No,
We had a couple of Sharons because we kicked 50s.
Yeah, they were tough. They were shit balls.
You want this?
Were they?
Yeah.
Do you reckon he got... Well,
I reckon Tobler got cheap balls as well. They just don't feel like... I feel like they're a bit bouncier in fucking AFL.
I think it's probably a replica.
Well, of course. It's a rising star ball. Like, Tobler just buys shit. The lights in the studio are gone.
This year, it's just like Tobler stopped buying cheap crap. Rising star. This could be a kid's ball. Probably. Because we're playing in AFLW jumpers, that's for sure. They went
AFLW jumpers, kids' balls. These lights don't fucking work. Those camera thingos that he got us.
Anyway.
They won't break us.
They won't shake us.
Anyway, it was a great video. That's Carlton.
Shout out to Carlton. Pre-season looks like it's going well.
Yes. Now, there's only a couple of things here, Ed. Cricket. Do you see the video of the guy that got in the car crash trying to get a photo of Konstas?
Yep. Hilarious. Well, he wasn't in the car.
Listen to what's going on up there. There's some shit.
It's sucking leaves out of the gutters.
I know, dude.
Thank God.
Well, it's been a wild, weathery situation. Have you seen what Bondi's looking like?
I saw a photo, yeah.
Dude, check this. I went walking this morning at 5 in the morning because my child was awake. Shout out to young Hazel. Check this shit, dude. That's the bins on the promenade.
Fucking hell. So they just got to get fucking...
They've got... There's diggers everywhere all along the beach.
Yeah.
But it's funny, right? Like, something like that happens. If the beach was not managed... The dunes, you imagine, might be all the way up. Like, or do they, like, recede naturally and then... Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just leave a beach to be a beach, like, they're obviously intentionally servicing that beach daily to keep it optimized for tourists and shit, or for people.
Yeah. But they've completely changed the landscape of it. There wasn't necessarily dunes. There could have been fucking, like... There could have been trees and shit right up to the, a lot further down.
But just think about how high that gets, the sand, just from the wind whipping it up.
I know, it's crazy. But they've excavated the fuck out of that beach.
Yes.
The beach is huge down at Bondi and would not be that big.
No.
Without, a helping hand from the Homo sapien.
Yep. They won't break us.
Dun, 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 They won't shake us. Dun, dun, dun. Go Carlton.
I think that ball I was just looking at, I think it's just like a training ball. So it's the same size and everything, but it's it's
Who's the new coach of the Swans?
Cox.
Did you see what he did the other day?
With the 2K?
Did a 2K time trial and they go, you're doing it again.
Straight away.
You know what that is? That is, you're all soft cunts and that's why you lose grand finals. Go again.
Go again. That's so hectic.
That's what's
well, you have to, dude. Sorry. Hey, you can't win a grand final. You can make them.
Oh, no one makes them better than Sydney, but...
You can't win them.
You can't win them.
No one loses a grand final better than Sydney.
In fact, no one's. I think has anyone lost by bigger margins in a grand final?
No,
than
I
the
think
Swans?
they got a few of them up there. This video, if you missed it, Sam Konstas walking into training.
Thunder training, I believe.
If you ever see me, like I love Sam Konstas, and there are people I love, and there are people that get me going from like an athlete or a famous person.
Who would you do this for?
I'm saying I wouldn't. If you ever saw me,
anyone?
No.
No one.
No one. And if you ever saw me do it, you'd need to pull me aside and be like, buddy, are you okay?
No one you'd do this for.
No one. If I was to say like, okay, Tom, you have to pick someone you would do it for, it's probably someone that my girls would think was cool. Otherwise, I wouldn't give a fuck. Bluey. If Bluey was walking along the street.
But like a real Bluey.
No, that's what I mean. If Bluey was walking.
Not someone in a Bluey
Not Eddie
suit.
Simpson in a Bluey suit handing out Bluey chocolates at the Westfield and Parramatta or wherever you were.
Where was I?
Wentworthville. I'd get out of the car for a real Bluey. That's it. Anyway, Sam Konstas walking to training. This guy in a pretty new Toyota, it would seem.
What's he in, a Kluger?
Nah, might be a Kluger.
Or Prada?
Don't know, Prado. Let's just play the video.
Prado. What is it, Prado?
Prado.
Prado?
Maybe. Or a Kluger.
I think it's a Kluger.
Kluger is such a disgusting name. Please reach out and
Freddie
sponsor
Kluger.
us. There's Sam walking in. This guy sees Konstas.
That looks like a Jeep.
Nah, wait till he turns around. Oh, yeah, it's a Toyota. I like the car. Look at him. Running out. Quick, Sam Konstas. Just.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck.
What an... The Konstas effect. That's a 19-year-old child walking into training, and that's a fucking man who can afford a Toyota.
Put your handbrake on.
Toyotas are not cheap.
That sort of Toyota? No.
No.
Not cheap.
That sort of Toyota, yeah.
Some Toyotas are.
Of course.
Not that one.
Not that one.
That is the new Prado, so yeah, it is expensive.
Prado,
there you go.
You just want to get your thoughts on the Indians blaming the Wags. Have you seen that?
I saw that there was a complete review by Indian Cricket about what would be acceptable on tours moving forward. I didn't see that it was tied so specifically in with the WAG and their behaviour.
Yeah,
Tom.
too much family time.
Not enough camaraderie.
Apparently, Kohli travelled by himself the whole time. So he flew separately to the team.
Yep.
Bit of fucking big dog shit.
Yep.
Maybe Boomer did as well, but I know Kohli definitely did. So they're like, nah, you're not doing that anymore. Family can fuck off. But I just think it's pretty weak of the Indians to blame the Wags.
It's very weak, and they're just looking for excuses. You lost fair and square. You weren't up to it. And even with, take Boomer out, you get pumped 5-0. So just make your peace with that. We're probably 4-0 because of Brisbane. But I wanted to show you something, Tom.
Sorry, just while Eddie gets that up, Tom, were you saying they travelled on their own?
Yeah.
I'm just reading an article here. It says Virat Kohli and Jasprit Bumrah reportedly travelled with their young families during the tour rather than with the rest of the team. And there have even been reports that the squad did not even celebrate their first win in Perth together.
Yeah. See, that's not good enough.
No, that's not good enough at all.
So that's not good enough. Just on Bumrah, I've got the test bowling average in Australia numbers here, Tom.
Also, and I don't know if
just run your eye over that.
So Jasprit, test bowling average in Australia. Is there a minimum of a certain amount of tests? I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, actually.
It's Bumrah, then about 30 Australians.
It is, isn't it? Fucking hell. It's just Bumrah and then Aussies. But interesting to see, it's Bumrah, 17.15, which is insane.
In Australia, that average is fucking ridiculous.
Pat Cummins is next best.
Yeah.
Sometimes, obviously, Pat Cummins is great, but because the previous greats, like the next man, Glenn McGrath at 22.43, he was just lionised my whole life that I'm still like... Sometimes you struggle to put Pat Cummins in context.
I know what you mean. Do you get bigger after you've retired? Obviously, Shane Warne's not included in that, but like the others?
Maybe. But I think also maybe because he's the second highest wicket taker, or he was. No, he still is.
For Australia, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But look at that. It goes Jasprit, Pat, Pidge, Country Boy, Dennis Lilly, Dizzy Gillespie, Mitchell Johnson, Mitchell Stark, Warney, Sids, Binger, Nath.
Good company.
It's a fucking hell of a list. All right, listen, it obviously hurts that there's an Indian there. I think there should be a minimum tests played for that to be relevant.
He's played Tuity like 3 times.
I just want to check.
What?
It's impressive.
I think if you toured it 3 times, at least 3 times.
If he's toured here 3 times, then right. I don't know if he's toured here 3 times. He wouldn't have at least.
I think he's toured it 3 times.
They won't break us. Respect.
They won't shake us. They will never.
Okay. That probably is us.
I reckon. They won't shake us. They won't break us.
Could you two just not talk anymore?